Hi, I'm Kat,
And I'm Jen.
and collectively we've got about 10 years plus trading knowledge.
Well, what I hope people get from our YouTube videos are just a little bit of an insight into what it's like to be a trader.
Mm.
That not everyone is a well-oiled machine of buy, sell, buy, sell. There is a lot of internal discussion of like what, trying to make sense of the chart. I mean, basically it all comes down to price go up, price go down, price go sideways. So what is it? What is going to happen next? And that is basically what we're trying to do. And well, I hope it's useful for people to realize that um, if you're the kind of person who does find it difficult to make decisions or do find yourself looking at a chart going, I'm not sure, you're not alone, but you still can make it as a trader, and I hope that that is what we can help with our channel.
So I think it comes from both Jen and I that we really appreciate everybody's support, all the people that are in our group, and what an amazing little community we've got here.
So let's talk about altcoins. First up, what do you want to do first?
What's an altcoin?
Your favorite.
Sorry.
Your
Um,
favorite.
yeah, I never ever look at this coin, and I want it's XRP, and
XRP.
I think there's a reason just to look at it, because this coin, to me, it had its day and it should be renamed sideways. Um, it's if you hold this coin, then I don't know why you're holding it, because to me that there's faster horses, and literally, I don't know when it's going to have its day, but it just looks like never to me at this moment in time. Um, and like I just wanted to get across to people that, like, just because somebody talks about something loads and loads and loads, it doesn't mean that you should buy it. And like I I know that it's well known, but why would you invest in this, Jen?
Um, I think XRP has become a little bit like the people's choice. I think a lot of people speculate on XRP as being it's going to be like the world payment system, payment currency. Um, so I suppose if you are doing it in that way, like it is a gamble. You're gambling, you're speculating, but you're speculating that someday this is going to be the world's payment system, and then the value will go up. Will the value go up though because of the payment system? I'm not actually even sure. But just based on the chart and just based on technicals, um, it's not a strong, it hasn't,
No.
it's not a strong coin. Because go from the lows here to, it managed 200%, but then came all the way back down again, whereas there's other,
Yeah, it gave it all
even
back,
like
didn't
big
it?
market caps have done what percentage move they done. What is Solana done, like 800%.
Oh,
I
uh,
mean,
well,
Bitcoin has moved more than this.
yeah.
Bitcoin was a better investment in terms of like percentage move. So um the
It,
XRP chart, it has been in this uptrend, but it has just now broken through and it's coming back down again. So it would not be off the cards for XRP to come back down to the 42 cents.
that's where if I was going to buy it, that's where I would be looking to buy it. But
Yeah.
it's just it it's the prime example of a coin that seems to have had its day. It's like EOS, it's like Neo, it's
Mm.
like ICX. These were just mad, crazy. You had to, if you didn't buy one of those like 4, 5 years ago, then you missed out. And I just can't see XRP performing in the way that it did on the one run it's had ever again. I don't know. I think it's going to take years to get back to that all-time high, unless it does something very, very special. And you know,
Yes.
they they announce some incredible type of software that's gonna make you want to hold it and give you a need to hold it,
Yes.
then I mean it's not even got the devs working on it. It's like, you know, Sol has got like developers every single day joining the army and showing you that this is front running. It's got the it's developing in so many ways. And to me, that's why I wanted to show it today, just to say like that if you hold it, that's you know, it's your choice to, but I just can't see you making great gains on something like this.
Yeah.
And that's all I have
Maybe
to
have
say
this,
about it.
sorry, like maybe have this as like part of your speculative investment, you know, and to see it as that, you know, I think there can be a lot of belief with these things. And it's just if you just put on like a rational head on you and just like, I'm just going to put some money in this if I believe in it. I believe it is going to be worth something, but then spread the risk around. You know, Bitcoin has already outperformed XRP massively already this cycle, as have maybe quite a lot of altcoins. So yeah, XRP, not a huge fan of the
No.
chart. Happy to be proven wrong, but for now, it's not in my portfolio anyway.
Even if I was proven wrong, I wouldn't be that bothered. It's like, you know, I bought Sol and like my Sol position's way out, you know, outpacing this. I just wouldn't be bothered, even if it like, you know, it did moon. I'd be like, well, so what? It's like I've already, you know, I'm halfway there with my
Yeah,
portfolio. This one
yeah.
hasn't even started, and like, it just looks like it just looks sad to me. So yeah, so be
XRP
it.
holders, we're not a big fan, but let's move on to
Yeah,
another not not one of our favorites next, but we did have a request
yeah.
for BNB, which did unbelievably well the last cycle. It went nuts the last cycle. I mean, this is just on this chart. Over
Oh,
3,000% move, not just on this chart, like it was lower on than this lower price. This is like from the $18 mark.
it was an airdrop for
So
most people.
yes.
So it's,
At one
so
stage
it's
I remember using BNB as almost like a stable coin because it did nothing for so long.
mhm.
I was using it like to buy coins, and all of a sudden it's like went nuts. Never about it. Sometimes exchange-based coins can really rocket.
Yeah.
But what do you think about now though?
It's a, you know, it's already touched huge resistance, and it's just proven historically that it just can't get above you know, where you put the like little double line. It just it's failed for, you know, a long time. Even though it has broke out, I think that for me to be interested in this coin, it would have to go above the point of resistance, come back and
Yes.
test it, and then I would look at it. It's not something I intend to buy, and yeah, exactly that. And then I'd be interested,
Yeah.
and
Here.
that's and that would be only if, you know, my coins that I've got are becoming exhausted and I was going to take some profit off the table. I'm like, this one's way behind a lot of coins. So that's when I would look to be interested in it. And yeah, the reason that BNB has done incredibly well is basically you had to have BNB to be in the running for airdrops, for
Yeah.
farming, for staking, and they were great on there's the launch pad, and you could you know, lend your BNB out to to farm new coins, and some were massively profitable. But at this moment in time, it seems like that's gone by the wayside. There's not as many projects that are launching on BNB, and this is because, you know, times have moved on, and there's better things now out there. There's better projects that you can put your money into.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than XRP.
Yes.
But as I say, that would be my that'd
Mhm.
be my way of looking at it.
Yeah. I think Binance had its day in the last cycle in terms of like it was blue sky company, you know, it is possible for it to have a comeback, and that will be reflected in the chart. I mean, this is
Yeah.
quite a long accumulation. You could sort of argue that this was a shakeout in the spring test, sign of strength, LPS, and then another sign of strength. It could actually be coming out here, but equally so it could just come back down again, you know. So like you
Yeah.
say, the proof is in the pudding. If it comes up, so some strength retest, that could fly, but there's just stronger horses out there, you know. I don't have much interest in this asset this cycle.
No, me neither. And my trust's gone. You know, I've got big trust issues with it, same as you've said, and until it
I'm
can
not
be
using
proven
Binance.
that,
No, I'm not using Binance at the minute. It needs to prove itself as an exchange and as a coin again.
yeah,
Okay, let's move on to
it's something
RNDR.
good.
Yeah, RNDR. Love
That's what you want to
RNDR.
be looking at.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to try and get across today, is like, this is something that is performing, that it's showing strength. It's just great little coin, and all the time moving with like the solo altcoins as well, which is good.
It's up over
Yeah.
1100% from the lows. So from a year ago, up 1100%. So it had a accumulation range. That was a big rally this time last year. Ended up distributing back down for a retest here. And now it's taken off again. Hit this key level and it's now retesting. So what I would like to see is it hold. I'd like to see it hold here.
Yeah, because if it
Turn around.
doesn't,
Turn around.
it's
Yeah.
got that secondary support there. Yeah.
$3.
Yeah. I've got buy set at 320. Just, you know, you never know, just in case we have a further downside.
Yeah.
It is retesting that, and it seems to be bouncing off it quite nicely. And like those wicks are getting smaller, so maybe it won't get to it. I am keen to add to this. I've not sold any. I think it looks very, very nice for a further onward run.
Yeah.
And maybe blue skies, you know.
Once it gets past these levels,
Yeah.
it'll really shoot up. So what I'm looking for, these are my indicators, Tiger and Phoenix. I'm looking for the histogram to turn around here.
Yeah.
So how low is it going to go? And this faster trend line, I'm looking for it to turn around. You can see it is starting to level off here.
Yeah.
This is the 3-day, going to the daily. Yeah, you can see it's starting to see these are starting to converge. This trend line starting to sort of level off towards the 0 mark.
Yeah.
Same here. This is leveling off here, the histogram. This is a good sign. Things have slowed down. I mean, it's quite obviously slowed down anyway. If this was so if we look at this from like a Wyckoff point of view, Wyckoffs are much to do with the price cycle. So you've got accumulation, markup, distribution. So in the markup you have reaccumulation, markup phase, reaccumulation, markup phase. If this was like this is reaccumulation, which I think it is. This would be reaccumulation after decline. So it goes up, peaks, then drops, then reaccumulates at a small accumulation range, and then takes off again. So that's what we're hoping happening.
Yeah.
That's what we hope's happening. But a lot of this comes down to what Bitcoin does. So we're waiting to see what will happen to Bitcoin, whether the Bitcoin is going to turn around at this 37, 38 level, which I think it might. If Bitcoin drops to 31, this is going down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's it. It's a wise thing to do. If you've got some cash and you believe in a coin, then have those low buys set. If you can, then I mean that's what I'm hoping
Anywhere
to
here,
do.
really. All
Keep
this
my
area.
position and just add to it. We had a great. I mean, we had the best tiger entry for this coin anyway. If you look back, we got in right.
Yeah.
It was just
There was entry here with a histogram
yeah,
line here.
beautiful.
I've been looking
And
for something similar happen as the trend line comes down here and the histogram comes up. There should be like some sort of cross around here, which will give you the entry. This is what I not do want to predict, but that's sort of like the idea what I think might happen. Not unless Bitcoin has another big drop and then will go down, because then it'll just drop more like here.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, this
Yeah, I think
is
anything
like
can happen.
this is where the indicator comes in, because I've obviously got this buy that will be a massive bonus if I get it there at 320. However, if you then look at your indicators and you get an A, then you enter anyway. So it's like a double win. You use your TA and then you rely on the indicator to affirm that this is a great buy, and the likelihood of it dropping down to 320 is now quite slim, because we're going to bounce off this resistance and off we go again.
I do think that this is quite likely,
Yeah.
as long as Bitcoin behaves.
And this is the reason, never to and this type of area that we're in is to not exit your position fully, take profits and then save that money to add to your position, because we're just at the very beginning here. There will be absolutely no reason whatsoever to just totally exit a coin like this, but to take profits is the most sensible thing to do.
Yeah. I think trusting that the price cycle is happening is a big part of this. The price cycle is okay. So the Wyckoff price cycle, which is basically what both of we both follow this as our macro trade. That's what we're doing. We're doing the macro trade. So with Wyckoff, with any asset, there's an accumulation area where you buy. This is the scary part. Then you hold through the whole markup period, and then in this distribution area you sell. In a lot of cryptocurrencies, altcoins especially, this will be a blow off top, so it'll be more like big spike down, so it's not as easy to spot. So during the accumulation area, which is this part here, it can be very tricky to buy, because you're buying at the maximum fear level of the market, when everyone is like so terrified. They've lived through a year of difficult events, Luna collapsing and FTX collapsing and all this kind of stuff, and everyone just thinks crypto's dead and assets dead and it's awful, you never buy now, everything's going to zero. And that's when you accumulate during fear. It's the fear. And
my
then
favorite bit.
Pardon?
I love going it's my favorite bit. I love going shopping.
Yeah.
I love it. I've loved this like whole accumulation. I've just been like in my element, because I am a hoarder, so I just like to buy it and then save it. It's going to be horrible when I've got to sell it, but as I say,
you're selling.
I'm selling.
I have to come over to your house.
Yeah.
So I think when you've studied the price cycle enough and you see it time over time, you become more comfortable with the process. That it is a price cycle, and prices just don't continue to go up forever. In stocks, people have been kind of used to that, because since the 2008 financial crisis, pretty much a lot of the key stocks, they just went up. and they didn't do much else except to go up. So I think that people got it in their head, things just go up and up. Whereas the price cycle in crypto isn't like that. You know, it has been more or less every 4 years-ish. Although I do think that probably will start changing. So we are now coming out of the accumulation area. So render is actually more coming up here. And this is the markup period. During the markup period, you have these areas of pullback and reaccumulation, which are designed to shake you out of your position, designed to get you to sell. And then and then price goes up and you're scrambling to get back in again. And then it creates more demand, and price goes and sends price higher. So when you've studied the price cycle and you have confidence that it is in action, you're less prone to panic selling.
Yeah, totally agree. And this is just saying what I've just said before, is like you'd be daft to exit your position at that, you know, the where it got to the top of that, you know, there, yeah, you take some profits if you feel you need to. Indicators told us to, and like all I'm doing is taking small, and when I say taking profits, it's either 5 to 10% that I will take off, and then I'm using that to rebuy after it's retraced, and hence this is why I've got my like little bids in, and I'm covering myself in two ways by putting, you know, a stink buy in there at 320. If it doesn't fill and it goes up from here, I'll look to the indicator, see if I get an A, and if I do, then I will cancel that position and use that money to buy a higher. I'm not bothered if it is, you know, a higher rate. It just means that I'm still using my profits to make more.
So RNDR is still a hot favorite of mine for this cycle. It is quite far on in the cycle. Other coins are still at this stage in the price cycle. RNDR is up here, so it's still a bit of a front runner. So I took a little bit of profit like you, and I'm redeploying the profit actually just bit by bit now.
Yeah.
So because you don't really know what's going to happen with prices that have gone back, kind of come back down, I'm happy enough to sort of like just ladder in. So yeah, I would be sort of expecting price basically to turn around here, come back up again for another leg up over these next
Nice if it does.
over the next few months. That's what I would.
Just it'll be a show of confidence if it does rally from there. I'd be happy.
I'd be happy to. Okay, let's move on to AVAX. One of my favorites. So yeah, AVAX, this is a 3-day chart I have open. AVAX did this descending wedge accumulation patterns, which is one of my favorites.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's such a lovely chart to look at that.
Yeah. And it came up this big sign of strength. $450% move, which was lovely. Now it's at this retrace, quite a big retrace back here. Like that's a 45% retrace. That is a lot, you know.
That's nearly half of what you've made.
Yeah, that's a lot. You know, that's a lot. Let's go back to this key level.
Some people, they may have been another way to trade these alts at this moment in time. If you did, it's just DCA. You know, you could have been like buying in this coin all the way through, and you're still making, you know, you could have bought it all the way up, and you can be buying it all the way down, and then when it becomes, you know, you get your real rally, stop buying it and just sit pretty, because there's no hard and fast way to enter a trade. The worst thing you can do is just go all in on one area.
Yeah, agreed.
And I think that's what a lot of people do. And I did it in my early days. It was like I'd listen to somebody and they go, "Oh, this is going to be brilliant." I'd just put the whole lot in, and how daft. now I look at everything as like little nibbles all the time, little adding, and taking little bits off all the time. And so you can stay in a trade for months, if not a year, just by doing that.
And that way you get, you get an average entry. That's the whole point, isn't it? So that if there are big dips, you take advantage. So
Yeah.
this is actually textbook. As you were saying, this is a beautiful chart to look at. This is textbook. This is just absolutely beautiful textbook. Accumulation, descending wedge, sign of strength, and now it's having this back up. So again, I'd be looking for Avalanche really to turn around somewhere in this level. It seems to, there's quite a nice stopping action here with this big wick. Back up, this was so selling climax automatic rally. So this is like this area which we'd expect it to turn around. I mean, it can come back down. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen. Bitcoin could have another drop, and then all this could easily drop. So I did sell a little bit up here, and I'm now redeploying, and I will happily just buy down here as well. I'm bullish on Avalanche again this cycle. Avalanche did amazingly last cycle. I still think it's a very active protocol. There's so much being built on it. Like, it's very big for gaming now as well. So I am bullish on Avalanche for this cycle. Not financial advice.
No.
So yeah.
Yeah, I like the coin as well. I mean, I'm not spreading myself. I mean, it probably sounds like it in group because but like I'm not spreading myself too thin this time. I'm investing in, different areas of cryptology. So there's, BRC20s that I'm investing in. I've got a very small proportion in Sol alts, and I made my choice because there's not a great deal of difference between what AVAX and Sol are trying to do. And I don't see why I should have both. I've chose Sol, and I know that you're more of an AVAX girl, which is great. And let's hope we both get to exactly the same goal, and which I do believe we will.
Exactly. So yeah, so AVAX is looking good. We absolutely totally expected this to happen. Nothing just keeps going up and up and up and up and up. It goes up, it retraces, consolidates again, like we were saying, reaccumulation goes up, reaccumulation. So it is totally normal, totally to be expected, and this will keep on happening for the rest of this bull cycle. So yes, watch this space at AVAX looking really, really good.